you're making me want to mention something, even though I can't really say anything about it because it's not public knowledge yet. So I'm just going to like hint around it and
Oh, that
be
works.
kind of irritating. But speaking of that and different styles, Magnetic Eye is working on a project that's coming out. If all goes well, it'll come out towards the end of this year. It's essentially a bunch of high profile figures from kind of the doom scene with a bunch of throat singers from all over the world, from like Russia and Africa, and there's somebody from Canada, and it's like each track was sort of composed by this guy who's a producer and multi-instrumentalist, and then he brought in these, like I said, these mostly guitarists from a bunch of really notable doom and stoner doom bands, and then went and invited all these different throat singers to write and contribute their own vocals to each of these tracks. It's going to be this crazy, interesting, bizarre record.
Oh yeah.
And it's cool because I'm working on getting it together, and I wasn't the one that the project kind of came to me through like the larger label connections, and then we ended up deciding, it does make sense for it to come out of Magnetic Eye because of these scene associations. And he was, and I was hearing it as it was going along, and I'm going, I'm not sure I understand this. I'm not sure I'm qualified to kind of comment on it. And then finally, this producer, he was like asking me, like, what do you think of the record? I hope the fact that I haven't heard from you doesn't mean you don't like it. I'm like, no, it's not that I don't like it. It's like, it would be like asking me my feelings about like Thelonious Monk if I'd never heard jazz.
Yeah.
Like I should not be allowed to tell you what I think, at least until I understand a little more of the enveloping, like stylistic, meaning of this. And which was great because he then came back to me. He was like, well, look, I'm not like an aficionado in like throat singing. I just like the sound of it. I'm like, oh, all right. So that put me at ease to be able to be a little more just like, all right, I can just listen to this as a listener and not feel like I have to be an expert in understanding what is good throat singing. Because otherwise I'd be like, you could play me the best and the worst throat singers from around the world, and I might not know
whatever.
Why is this one the better? I don't. But
yeah.
Like this one.